So I've been seeing so many conflicting things online about NameDrop. So NameDrop is this cool feature that Apple has just pushed out, which I think is a really cool thing. And it essentially allows you to go ahead and basically transfer your contact information from one iPhone or one device to another, literally just by tapping onto those devices. Now, I genuinely think this is a super cool thing, and I'm glad Apple made this type of feature because, they didn't really have to. They didn't have to give us this type of feature, but I think it's really, really cool that they did. But why is this, so concerning, and why are so many people so upset about it? Well, for one, some authorities and some people are actually stating that this could be an easy way for some people to get their hands on your data. So what they basically mean by this is if you have NameDrop on, you can go ahead and basically, change it and exchange your, contact information pretty quickly, which I think is really cool. But if you want to, if you have NameDrop on and somebody brings their iPhone close to you, theoretically speaking, if it works out like this, you are able to go ahead and kind of exchange contact information. It does take a bit of time though. They'll have to hold it there for a couple seconds, but still over time, it probably could end up, exchanging at that moment. Now, why is this so concerning? Well, you probably don't want random people to go and have, their hands on your data, especially if it's your personal information and somebody who's right next to you. So should you keep NameDrop on? Well, so in that case, you should think that you should keep NameDrop off, right? Well, the case for having it on, there's a few things. One, it is an easy way to exchange information. And most probably for a majority of people, you will have to go ahead and kind of, keep your iPhone there for a couple of seconds. And if you just have your iPhone just laying around, even in your hand, you'd probably be able to see if somebody's trying to go ahead and try to exchange their information with you. That's probably one thing to keep in mind. It can still happen, but it isn't as probably common as you probably think. But on top of that, you are also having to remember that with the NameDrop on, you are able to go ahead and utilize all those other NameDrop features too. So like I said, exchanging contact information from one person to another, that's another thing to keep in mind. On the flip side though, there are some cases for keeping NameDrop off. For one, if you want a more secure, kind of version of software, or you want a secure phone, well, it is kind of nice if you do basically have that type of capability where you don't have NameDrop on, because then you won't have to really worry about this person can come and take my data, or this person can come and take my data. You won't really have to worry about that, which is honestly a very nice thing. On top of that, if you have NameDrop on, it could actually take up a little bit of battery life. It won't take up a massive amount, but if you actually disable it, you could actually go ahead and save yourself just a little tiny bit of battery life from that specific perspective, which I think is actually kind of a nice thing to do, especially if you want to save as much data as possible. You can probably save a lot of data if you pretty much just go through and, if you don't have that specific thing on from that, viewpoint alone. So I will tell you, in my personal opinion, I will probably be keeping NameDrop off. I don't really think it's necessarily worth it for me, but I do see why it's important, and I do see why a majority of people would probably want to keep it on. But like I said, if it sounds like you don't plan on ever exchanging your information from one device to another, or you have a weird feeling about it, or whatever the case is, then you shouldn't feel pressure to keep it on. You should feel comfortable turning it off, and I'd probably recommend doing that too if I were you. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.